What if your attention, the thing you rely on to work, to love, to live, isn't yours at all? What if every impulse, every flick of your thumb is answerable not to your willpower, but to a hidden architecture meticulously designed to keep you trapped? Today, we're dismantling the secret rules that control your attention, not with alarmism, but with unflinching clarity. You've sensed it. The apps, the timelines, the notifications, they're not just tools, they are leashes. And you, even right now, might be at the end of one. Ready? Let's begin with the reward system you never signed up for. Dopamine loop. Your brain's reward system is hijacked by endless micro-hits of novelty. Dopamine, a neurotransmitter, nature's do-it-again signal. Thousands of years ago, it compelled us to hunt, to gather, to explore. Now, it keeps you glued to a glowing rectangle at 2 a.m. Every trending video, every meme, every scrolling adventure, miniature slot machines pumping your brain with unpredictable rewards. Neuroscientists have shown that even just the anticipation of something new, a message, a headline, a like, causes a surge in dopamine. These aren't accidents. Platforms have laboratories of PhDs who study how long you pause, how fast you scroll, how quickly you get bored. Then they feed you a carefully measured dose of novelty. It's a chemical leash. Each time you scroll, your brain screams for the next hit. You're not bored anymore, but you never feel satisfied either. And the craving never ends, because the design isn't about your satisfaction, it's about your return. Ever notice there's no finish line? That's no oversight. And here's why. Infinite scroll. There's no end, because the end kills profit. Remember when books had last pages, when television shows faded to black? Digital worlds have erased endings. Why? Because closure is the enemy of commerce. The infinite scroll was invented so your eyes never find the border. There's always just one more, then another and another. A study from the University of Chicago found that people given endless choices lost both their satisfaction and sense of agency. Infinite scroll doesn't just steal your time, it empties your sense of control. The longer you gaze, the more ad impressions you feed. A perfect loop for them, a black hole for you. Think about it. When was the last time you looked up and thought, this is enough? Or are you always almost done, just after the next swipe? But the content that populates this endless sheet? It's not random. It's manufactured for maximum curiosity. Or rather, your curiosity hijacked. Hijacked curiosity. You're not curious anymore. You're being fed curiosity bait. Genuine curiosity is one of the wonders of being human, the urge to understand, to connect dots, to reach for meaning. But now, curiosity, that sacred spark, is being artificially triggered by headlines that end in ellipses, by videos that promise answers but deliver only more questions, by you won't believe what happened next. It isn't education, it's enticement. Your mind wasn't made for clickbait, but clickbait was engineered for your mind. Socrates said, "Wonder is the beginning of wisdom." But if your wonder is hijacked, if your questions are spoon-fed, does it still belong to you? Speaking of levers, what happens when your curiosity becomes a reflex trained by pings and vibrations? Notification reflex. Pavlov had a bell, you have a buzz. There's a famous experiment by Ivan Pavlov. He rang a bell, gave his dogs food, and soon the dog salivated at the bell alone. Today, your smartphone chirps, and you salivate with anticipation. Dopamine, again. Your attention, fragmented, is summoned at someone else's whim. A red dot on the screen, a gentle buzz in your pocket, your nervous system is co-opted, your intentions hijacked. Modern designers exploit your biology, making you the conditioned subject. Each notification is a lasso, each buzz a Pavlovian ring. Who is training whom? The irony? You think you're seeing what you want, but what if you're only fed what amplifies your most reactive self? Algorithmic mirror. What you see online isn't you, it's your most reactive self. Algorithms are supposed to understand you. That's the sales pitch. In truth, they only measure your reactions. Every click, every pause is recorded. But what you're fed is not a reflection of your soul. It's a carnival mirror, tilted to make your loudest, angriest, most distracted self look enormous. Controversy, outrage, envy, these spike your engagement. Guess what they show you more of? When you gaze into the abyss, Nietzsche warned, the abyss gazes also into you. On social media, the abyss has a surveillance camera. It serves you a personalized chaos buffet, all to keep you reacting, not thinking. So you keep scrolling, anxious you'll miss out on a something. That's no accident. That's FOMO. FOMO loop, fear of missing out. FOMO, as anxiety engineered to keep your thumb moving. There's always another trending story, another message, another party you didn't attend. FOMO, a primal dread, once evolution's way of keeping us in the tribe, now transmuted into anxiety with every refresh. Platforms weaponize this fear. The stories feature that expires in 24 hours, designed to trigger your panic at missing out. The last seen or read receipts, triggers for insecurity. A study by the University of Essex reported that simply imagining others enjoying themselves while you don't creates measurable drops in mood and spikes in anxiety. Now multiply that by 1,000 stories every day. What's the cost? Our minds frayed at the edges, unable to focus, unable to rest. Fragmented focus. Every swipe fractures your capacity for deep thought. In 2004, the average human attention span was 212 minutes on a single task. Today, it's 47 seconds. The culprit? Not a lack of willpower, but a designed ecology of interruption. Every notification, every swipe, shatters your ability to stitch sustained thought. Nobel laureate Herbert Simon warned decades ago, a wealth of information creates a poverty of attention. Deep work, creative insight, even love, these require sustained focus. But your mind, trained for microbursts, never lands anywhere long enough to grow roots. All that's left, scattered fragments like broken glass. And here's the final trick. When you try for quiet, something even stranger happens. Silence. Aversion. Stillness feels unbearable because your mind was trained for noise. When was the last time you sat in perfect silence, alone with your thoughts, without a screen? For many, stillness is now intolerable, a void the mind itches to fill. In one notorious study, participants chose to shock themselves rather than endure minutes of uninterrupted quiet. Why? Your baseline has been rewired for noise. The philosopher Pascal claimed that all of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. Today, it's not just an inability, it's agony. Silence feels wrong. Your mind searches for its fix. The absence of noise acts like withdrawal. So, what does this all add up to? A system polishing your distraction, cultivating a deep hunger for novelty, yet hollowing out your ability to find peace. Here's the final thought. What if the attention you give away is the life you'll never get back? The hidden rules are clear. But now that you see them, will you dare to break them? Tell me, what's the one attention trap you struggle with most? And next time your thumb hovers over that screen, pause and ask, who's really in control? Found this video interesting? Leave us a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Let us know what we should cover next in the comments below.